Arjuna has now surrendered to Krishna as his disciple, and Krishna was smiling in the battlefield of Kurukshetra looking at Arjuna's surrender, and now he begins his instructions. Lord Krishna says, Shri Bhagavanu Vacha Ashocyananvashocastvam prajñavadamsha bhashase gatasu nagatasumscha nanushocanti pandita. The blessed Lord said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor the dead. Then Lord Krishna says, Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachaivana bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. Immediately when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna as his disciple, Krishna says, Ashocyan anvashocastvam. While speaking learned words, prajñavadamsha bhashase, Arjuna had given many reasons in the chapter 1, section 3. Why? What happens if we kill all the soldiers who have assembled there? What happens if all the kings die? How the widows, the women will be spoiled, and there will be unwanted progeny because of that. There will be hellish situation created in this world. And by creating such progeny and being the cause of such degradation in the society, we will go to hell in the future. In that way, Arjuna had given many reasons, and he supported his reasons by quoting authorities. So, Krishna is telling that you are speaking learned words, but real learned man will not lament for one who is living and one who is dead. Gatasuna gatasumsha nanushocanti pandita. Real learned man, those who are wise, lament neither for the living nor for the dead. And Krishna further says, Natuveva aham jatunasam natvam neme janadipa. Krishna says, never was there a time I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in future shall any of us cease to be. So Krishna is telling, I was existing in the past, you were existing in the past, and all these kings and soldiers, they were all existing in the past. And we are all existing now in the present, and we shall continue to exist in the future. Nachaivana bhavishyama sarve vayamatah param. So Krishna is clearly telling that we all were existing in the past, we are existing now in the present, and we shall all exist in the future. So there is no question of lamenting. And then Krishna further instructs Arjuna about the difference between body and soul. Krishna says, Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara natha dehantara praptir dhairas tatra na muhyati. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. So Arjuna is lamenting because by killing, we lose all these soldiers, we lose all our friends and relatives. So he was lamenting for the destruction of the body. So Krishna is now telling that Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Body undergoes changes from boyhood to youth to old age. Similarly, tata dehantara prapti. When the body becomes old and useless, the soul gives up this body and enters into one more body. Tata dehantara prapti. Now, what kind of body will the soul enter after giving up this body? It depends on one's own karmas that Krishna will describe in the future in other chapters. So based on one's activities, one may again take birth in a human form of life, or one may degrade into lower species of life, or one may elevate into heavenly planets, or one may get completely liberated if he has become a pure devotee of Krishna. So many possibilities are there. Some people think that those who die as a human being will continue in the future as, again, they'll get same human body. That is incorrect. Based on one's karma, we may enter into animal bodies or any other lower species, or we may become even devatas. So it all depends on one's karma. So we will understand this topic more clearly in the other chapters which Krishna describes in very detail. So Krishna is clearly telling that as the body changes, every second we see that the cells are multiplying, old cells are all going away, new cells are all being produced. So every second actually our body is undergoing change. But me as a self remains unchanged. Soul, which is the real person residing in the body, doesn't change, but the body changes. And Krishna says, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama payino nityastam sitikshasva bharata. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise for sense perception, O scion of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So Krishna is telling, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shita ushna sukha dukkha. Sukha dukkha, the happiness and distress that we experience in our lives are like Shita and Ushna. Just like summer comes, it becomes very hot and sweaty and very uncomfortable. But still we somehow tolerate it. And when winter comes, it becomes cold and that is another discomfort to the body. Still we tolerate it. We wear some warm clothes, but still we tolerate that conditions. In the same way, Krishna says, when happiness comes, you don't be too elated, just be neutral. And when distress comes also, don't worry about it, just tolerate. Just like we have experience of tolerating summer and winter and they keep coming, going, we all have experience. Similarly, in everyone's life, there will be a certain time when we are happy, so-called happy, and there will be times when we are so-called unhappy. In both the conditions, one should learn to tolerate. Tam sitikshasva bharata, because Krishna says in the future in the Bhagavad Gita, this place is a world of suffering, dukkhalayam. And ashashvatam, it is a temporary place. Nothing is permanent here. No one is continuously happy here. No one is continuously unhappy here. Based on one's own karmas, sometimes we enjoy material pleasures and sometimes there will be distress. So we should just tolerate and go on. Further, Krishna says, Yam hinam yathayanti ete purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram sahamritatvaya kalpate. O best among men, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. Yam hinam yathayanti ete purusham purusharshabha. Krishna is addressing Arjuna as the best among men. Purusha Rishabha, you are best among men. And he is surprised how you became disturbed by this situation. Krishna didn't expect Arjuna to lament and overcome by grief. He is telling a person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress, dhira, samadukkaha, who is and is steady in both, is certainly eligible for liberation. So we should learn how to face happiness and distress, being equipped by the sword of knowledge. We should cut all the illusions and material attachments with the help of knowledge. Unless we have knowledge, we cannot elevate ourselves from the so-called distressful condition and so-called happy condition. In this material world, there is no happiness actually, or there is always distress. So real happiness is to be connected with Krishna through love and devotion. Whether we are in the material body or we are liberated, that is real happiness of the soul. Just like a baby feels very happy when it is with its mother. It feels protected and cared for, and it feels a real comfort when it is in the lap of its mother. In the same way, Krishna says, I am the father and mother of this entire creation. Pitaham asya jagato mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram omkara riksama yajurevacha. So Krishna is our real father, Krishna is our real mother. So when we are connected with Krishna, when we become surrendered to Krishna, then there is no worries. Just like a baby, it knows my mother will take care of me. When I am hungry, she will feed me. She will bathe me, she will protect me from all sorts of dangers. So baby is feeling complete comfort, and it is really happy in the hands of its mother. In the same way, we all can be really happy by surrendering to Krishna and submitting ourselves as his eternal servants. Those who have forgotten their relationship with Krishna, as Krishna, one should accept Krishna as a supreme master and oneself as his servant. That's all. That is Krishna Bhakti. To feel that I am part of Krishna, a servant of Krishna, and serve Krishna. We have to learn how to serve Krishna from the spiritual master, a guru who knows how to serve Krishna. He will teach us how to serve Krishna. By learning how to serve Krishna, we get connected to Krishna, and that is success of life. So while living in this material world, based on our own past karmas, there will be some time when we will be happy materially, and sometimes there will be distress, material distress. So we should learn to tolerate. And once we practice this type of tolerance, Krishna says such a person is eligible for liberation. So we have to tolerate so-called happiness and distress that we encounter. Further, Krishna says, Na sato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate sataha ubhayorapi drishtontaha tvanayos tattvadarshabhi. Those who are seers of the truth have concluded that of the non-existent there is no endurance, and of the existent there is no cessation. These seers have concluded by studying the nature of both. So here clearly Krishna has given the definition of what is the reality. Na asato vidyate bhavo. That which is non-existent, there is no endurance. Na asato vidyate bhavo. That which is non-existent, it has no endurance. And na bhavo vidyate sataha. The seers of truth have concluded that of the existent, there is no cessation. That which is real will continue forever. That is the meaning of truth. That which is unreal, it will not continue forever. So this is the conclusion of the seers of the truth. So in this material world, anything material is temporary. This material body is temporary. So why we have to lament for the destruction of the body? Because anyway body will perish, whether you shoot arrows and kill Bhishma and Arjuna and all the kings assembled here, or you just leave them and go away. Do you think that the kings and all the relatives will continue to live forever? Krishna says no, they will one day become old, and anyway their bodies are going to get destroyed. So you should now perform your duty. It is a religious war. It is your duty as a Kshatriya to fight for the right cause, and you should not escape from your duty and run away in this way. Don't think that people will appreciate this type of decision. So we have to perform our duties, even though it may be uncomfortable.